Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado Football. I'm Bob Else along with Warren Altamore and Wayne Brokenshire, bringing you tonight's game from Tiger Stadium on the Southern Columbia campus. The Red Tornadoes against the Southern Columbia Tigers. The #1 team in single A in the state against the #1 team in double A in the state. What a matchup, guys.
You really can't get any better than that. I mean, you can't even hype it any more than it already is. That says everything. You got an early season #1 matchup.
And we'll take a little break here for the national anthem. Bit of high school football there, and that's exactly what Southern did. Quieted the Red Tornadoes fans real quick.
Big Red gets ready to come on the field. We set the game up a little bit here. Of course, both schools undefeated.
Right.
This is the rubber match as you hear the crowd scream as Big Red enters the field now. But Southern Columbia winning last year, Mount Carmel area in the inaugural game 2 years ago. So kind of a rubber match here in a 3-game series. The thing again that's going to be the matchup, and we'll say this for every game, and it'll be the same here, is speed. Mount Carmel area speed is what has Southern concerned. Now, the difference between this game and the previous 2 games of Mount Carmel area guys is that size-wise, there's not much difference here.
Right.
They're coming with the same kind of size. What they're not doing is coming with the speed. So there's a little bit difference there than you saw with Tamaqua, who were outsized probably man for man all the way across. Panther Valley a little bit more bigger, but didn't bring a lot of heart into the game, so I'm not really sure how good they're ever going to be this year. But this team, you don't have to worry about them. As they enter the field, you can hear and see they're not going to be short on heart, guys.
Right.
That's not something you have to worry about tonight.
One of the things that's been talked about here, too, is that Southern feels that they can contain the outside. And that's one thing we have to look at tonight, is that if the defensive ends of Osavala and Traumetter, along with Stephan, the outside linebacker, and Hornberger, the outside linebacker, have the ability to contain, that's what Southern's looking for.
Well, Wayne, and I think you'll agree with this, the other thing we're going to see tonight is a 4-4 defense. Now, that's a Southern staple. That's what they like. That's what they'll stay in for probably the entire game. They don't change around much.
Right.
The 4-4 is a little bit different now, a lineup than we had seen in the previous 2 games. So how they play it and what they're looking at as far as their 2 outside linebackers and, as Bob said, the 2 ends are going to be the big difference in the game tonight, I think.
Well, I'll tell you, we're coming back with some experience from last year, and as you remember, again from that 3rd game,
To start the ball game here, so we'll go over the Red Tornado defense
I
right
might
off
add,
the
though,
bat.
they did win the toss and have elected to kick off.
To kick off. Defense at defensive end, Chris Cuff. At the other defensive end, Dan Dowka, 71. At the tackles, the All-Stater number 60, Jason Malakowski, along with the All-Anthracite number 58, Mike Sinkovich. And at nose guard, the tough 54, Jeff Evans. The 2 linebackers, strong linebackers for the Red Tornadoes, 47, Steve Sinkovich, and number 1, Terry Meyer. At the cornerbacks, 25, John Veach, 29, Josh Paracella, and also you'll see number 2, Nick Chesney. At the free safety, Nick Sebas, number 5, and the strong safety, 26, Ronnie Lentini. This is it, a big game for this area, and a lot of people here, YOU, NEP, the Reading Eagle, lots of people here covering this game, being a big one. Big kick by Sinkovich, taken on about the 5-yard line. Fine hole, and a nice tackle made by number 1, Terry Meyer. That was Andy Hornberger, the ball carrier. Found a little hole there, but boy, the little bowling ball came in and did his job, Warren.
Well, I mean, special teams coverage has always been something we do well. I mean, you can count on one hand in your recent memory people who run the ball back for a touchdown on a kickoff or a punt. So that's one of our strong points. Now the key is this little chess match that'll occur here in the beginning as we match up and see what everybody's trying to do.
Slater sets, they have the wing T formation with Yurkevich, number 40, Sean Gall, number 35, Eric Stephan, number 9. Slater, quick pass, looks over the sidelines, hits Bubness and is knocked out of bounds, close to a first down at the 39-yard line. Great pass from Slater to Bubness.
I think this is what you're going to see a little bit tonight, especially early on in the first 2 games, especially the first game up at Tamaqua. We had seen that the quarterback for Tamaqua hitting the flats very quickly, just 5 yards down, turn out, hit your man, and away you go, looking for the breakaway.
Well, they said you're going to see some throwing from Southern tonight, and that's unusual, but that's a play that they feel will work. They're going to throw out in the little flats. Now we'll see Breach, number 34, split far left for the Tigers. Yurkevich off the right side. Gains about 5 yards and in on the hit. A fumble recovered by Red Tornadoes, trying to see who has it. Number 71, Dan Daukus, looks like he came up with the fumble.
Big play by Big Red that time. And again, this is the kind of game where those kind of plays are a key to winning and losing.
There were some big hits there. Whether it looked like Steve Sinkovich was the initial hit on there, but I'll tell you what, Daukus was in there along with Josh Paracella on that side, and some big hits. Red Tornadoes come out, first down and 10 from on the Southern 41-yard line. Sebas out of the I formation. Gives the ball to Veach, tries it up the middle, gain of about 5 yards and a penalty on the play. That should be a face mask because there wasn't another Red Tornado in the pile.
Yeah, it looked like somebody might have, and it might be the inadvertent grabbing as it went by. It's gone against Southern. It is a face mask. Coach Roth is unhappy about it, but that's the way the call is going to go. And one of the keys that, and I know that this is not probably Coach Roth's opinion of this, all right? But if you're a football guy and watches football and you're watching a wing tee offense, one of the things the wing tee does not want to do is get behind. It's not designed to come back with a big play offense. It's a grind it out, pound it down your throat, wear you out, and by the fourth quarter, just start racking up some points. If they're behind, it changes a lot of their philosophy. So I know that he does not want to do that early on in this game.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 24-yard line. Sebas back to pass, looks at Schmidt across the middle. Now, and we're going to have a clip in the backfield against the Red Tornadoes. Sebas gets back to the first down marker, but this will be a penalty against the Red Tornadoes.
That'll return the yardage lost that Southern lost in the penalty previously, so we're back to square one again. Big call against Big Red.
They said that one of, and we talked about this earlier, one of Jim Ross' moves tonight was that he felt Osavala, Weaver, Miser, and Pete Traumetter were, not Miser, Osavala, Steffen, Traumetter, and Hornberger were the keys to his defense. That was Osavala and Weaver, I think, got in that time, Warren.
Right. They're big on defense. I mean, there's no small guys at all there, with the exception of, I guess, number 4, P.J. Sargent's probably the smallest guy on that defensive side, and he's the free safety.
First down and 35 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Pitch back to Veach. Tries it out to the left side and gets about 6-7 yards, still on his feet, down to the 41-yard line. Second down and about 20-some to go.
Well, that wasn't a bad pickup.
No,
look at some of the blocking there. So they were sort of looking, we weren't even a pass formation, but the free safety out there, he didn't know which direction to go if he wanted to come over here on Smith. But there was some fine blocking over there on the left-hand side with Cuff, Malakowski, and else.
Out of the shotgun formation, snap back to Sebas. Has time, looking in the corner here to Paracella. Hits him on the 31-yard line, incomplete. A big hit by number 11, Andy Hornberger. You're looking at the defensive end, Warren, is what you're showing me there, is actually 55. Number 55. Is it 53?
No, 55.
Okay, 55 is Chad Rodarmo.
I'm sorry,
and what do we have there?
That's what I'm
looking
looking
for.
We
Pete Traumetter in there.
Right.
So,
I do not see him. I see 55.
Okay.
He began the game. That's what I was
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Chad Rodarmo. Only numbers that we had been given.
I kept checking to see maybe he was moving around, but he isn't. That's where he's at.
Third down and long for the Red Tornadoes. All on a clipping penalty. 73, Osavala was in there again. Almost intercepted by number 4, P.J. Sargent. Probably good that he didn't, but I'll tell you what, 73, Osavala is just putting a heck of a rush on the Red Tornadoes. Give Mark Osavala, a junior, 5'10", 230 pounds. Great credit there, Wayne.
Now, what you're seeing here is that their defense, as soon as they see us in a passing attack, they get back in a prevent. The 3 times that we pass, and they got so much coverage down there. We have to look to somebody in the flat or over the middle on a delay pass.
Punts away, bounces. Now it looks like it's going to roll toward the end zone. Will it make it there? Yes, it does. First down and 10 Tigers from the 20-yard line.
Now, the first series on both sides. Now, Southern didn't get a full series, but again, you're trying to see what they're giving you. They're trying to see who's lining up where, what you can run, what you can't run. So we're still feeling out a little bit here. It's like two heavyweights just beating on each other here to see which one has the weakness.
You know, the thing is that no team has a halfback that can really like break it open like Brett Veach and Rosini from last year. So this is going to be a very good game. It's going to be a grind out on both sides.
Steffen goes in motion, gives it to Gall up the middle. Evans with the initial hit, helped out by Malachowski and 58 Mike Sinkovich.
One of the things that I thought was interesting last night.
Actually, Terry Meyer. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
At Supper Club, Coach Williams, what stood out in his mind was not Rosini last year in what he did offensively, but what Rosini did defensively. He had 18 solo tackles last year. And he felt that he was the key to the game last year was Rosini on defense, not so much him on offense, not to take anything away from him, but it was interesting the way he looked at that.
Steffen in motion again. Slater keeps the ball, looks down across the middle, hits number 44 with the reception, Jankowski from the tight end position. A known play that worked last year for the Tigers. Yep. The slant pass to the tight end, it's a great play for the Tigers, and it works against the Red Tornado defense, did last year, Warren.
In fact, last year, had they not dropped a couple of those passes,
they were touchdowns,
the score would have been higher.
That's right.
They shot themselves in the foot a few times, which is what kept the score down, or they would have been higher.
Al Bailey in at strong safety for the Red Tornadoes. First down and 10, Tigers from the 36-yard line. Oh, double two men in motion. Steffen gets the ball around this side. Daukus gets blocked, and a nice tackle made by number 2, Nick Chesney. Chesney read that play all the way. Great job by the cornerback, Chesney.
Well, Chesney held his ground. That's what he did. He did not go for the fake, the movement going in the other direction, and he filled the hole perfectly.
Second down, 7 yards to go for the Tigers. The wing T offense can actually keep you in a game if it's a close game, Warren.
Wing T is a difficult offense, especially when you only see it once a year.
Well, we're going to see it twice this year.
But I mean, it's always been, we lost both games last year to wing T offenses, so it's always a difficult offense to defend.
Yurkevich in motion. Slater keeps the ball on the option. Big hit from Terry Meyer. Somebody was on his feet, but Terry finished him off.
Yeah, he took a pretty good hit that time.
Looked like maybe Mike Sinkovich down on the bottom.
Mike coming around the end there.
Yep. Third down, 4 yards to go for the Tigers. An excellent scoring opportunity was lost by the Red Tornadoes on that first series. A big penalty, and big penalties will always do that to you, Warren.
They kill you. And there's no other way to say it. A big penalty takes you out of the game sometimes.
Breach is split to the left, Bubna split to the right. Slater, straight drop back. Tried to look at the corner and a big rush from number 60, Jason Malacott. Oh, no, 80. It's Chris Cuff.
Chris Cuff.
Number 80, Chris Cuff, and finished off by Dan Daukus. So the two defensive ends doing their job on that play.
I'll tell you what, and he did have some open guys downfield, enough in the flats that he could have picked up the first down.
Well, that was a straight drop back, and that's and I'll say this to any team. Straight drop back, you're only going to have a couple seconds to identify and throw. It took a little bit too long. I mean, that line is not going to, you're not going to keep them out forever.
Ooh. High snap, Malachowski with the big rush, and the kick is off and flying. It bounces off of Paracella's leg, and whoever's down underneath, if Josh has the ball with all those Tigers, it'll be a miracle.
Yeah,
he does. Boy, was that lucky.
Gotta keep your head up. You gotta know where it is.
And somebody behind you have to tell you, get out of the way, too.
Gotta know where the ball is.
He had enough presence of mind when he hit him in the calf. He was going for the ball right away, which was great play on his part.
It was a very short kick, though.
Yeah, Big Red takes over on the 36, their own 36. So field position, although they are losing a little bit, they're still not being pinned anywhere. They still got pretty good field position to start their two initial drives.
6 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first quarter. No score from Tiger Stadium. Draw play there, and boy, that one just got tangled up. Great defensive play by the defensive tackle that time.
I don't know if that was a draw.
Defensive end now. Now Traumetter's in. That was number 25 in on the play there, Warren.
Right.
I don't know, was that a draw or was that a pitch to the outside?
I think it was supposed to be a pitch, I think. I think he turned it in, but I thought he was supposed to be a pitch.
Okay, 25 Traumeter is now at defensive end, along with 77 Ben Miser at the right defensive tackle. Pitch back to Veach. Oh, great play by 11 Hornberger. Veach gets outside, finds running room, breaks it down, and close to a first down. It is a first down at the 50-yard line.
I'll tell you what, you take a look at Mike Sinkovich coming out of his guard position there. I'll tell you what, he kept up with his man and pushed him right over into the out-of-bounds area, right in our team, and enough there to pick up the first down, and it came off his block.
Sinkovich into the lineup now at fullback for Mount Carmel area, replacing Bailey. We haven't seen Steve too much at fullback this year so far.
Behind Sinkovich, Veach over Hornberger, fumble on the play, and will be recovered by the Tigers.
I thought he called him down.
First down and 10 Tigers from about the 46-yard line.
I thought he was down, tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
sort of looked at. It's always that extra effort that you put into it to pick up that yard or two. But I'll tell you what, if you're watching this game, it's some hard hitting out there on both sides.
Yep. .5:33 left in the first quarter. Stefan, we have a total shift there. Bubnas comes in at tight end. Tries it up the middle. Big play by Mike Sinkovich.
Oh, my goodness.
Nobody touched Mike Sinkovich, did they?
Well, I guess you were trying to influence him, but
wow.
He was absolutely not influenced. What a squared up whack of a hit.
Second down, 11 yards to go.
And it wasn't like he was going to spin off of that tackle either. I mean,
no, it was solid.
He had him ripped
He wasn't going
up.
anywhere.
Slater with Bubna split far right. Pitches back to Gall. Takes it to the right side. There comes Ronnie Lentini up from his strong safety. Does a nice job on the tackle, helped out by 71, Dan Daukus.
You're not going outside. I'm telling you, and I believe that. You're not going to run that play outside. It's not going to happen.
Now you take a look at Malachowski. Malachowski on that play took the lead blocker on, and he strung him out that the back had to go around him.
Now that works if you can control the end of the tackle.
That's right.
And you might control one or the other, but you're not controlling both of those guys. It's not going to happen on the outside for that type of play.
Third down and 11 yards to go. Passing situation for the Tigers. Slater on the quick drop back. Threw out into the flat to number 40, Mark Yurkevich. But a good play by Dan Daukus on that play to get his hands up.
He's what really caused him to throw the ball a little too far to the front side. And Yurkevich couldn't get underneath. Now, if Yurkevich had gotten underneath it, you would have had Myers take him down, and they would have gotten the first down. Myers was running right with him.
Punt situation for the Tigers. In punt formation, number 35, Sean Gall. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 25. Oh, boy. Penalty against the Red Tornadoes. Too many men on the field. Fair catch called for, and this one will be downed inside the 10-yard line. But, wow, the Red Tornadoes have three major mistakes. A fumble, a major clipping penalty, and now too many men on the field.
And again, these are all just mental errors.
But they're mental errors that
are hurting
that
us.
hurt you bad, yes. And field position has drastically moved in favor of the Tigers.
Yep.
Sometimes when you play a wing T team, field position is everything.
Oh, definitely.
You need to get field position. You need to score some points. That's what it's all about against them. I mean, it's like that against anybody, but a wing T, I still say, suffers more when they're behind than most offenses do.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Tries it up the middle to the fullback, Bailey. Gain of about maybe 4 yards, Warren.
The good thing about Southern, when I said I bet you Coach Roth wouldn't agree with me about that statement, is that they're never behind. So I guess you don't have to worry about it too much. I guess if you're behind, that comes into play. But when you're Southern area, you're not really behind a whole lot, so it doesn't matter.
Stefan in on the tackle on that play. Second down, 7 yards to go. Van Doren split far right for the Red Tornadoes. Split backs, pitch back to Veach. Good play by 11 Hornberger to get him turned outside and brings him back up, but first down at the 24-yard line. Nice run by Jonathan Veach.
See, they got a piece of Hornberger.
You got to get him.
That's all you need to do.
They got to get those defensive ends right.
And once he turned, Veach was able to decide which way to make the cut. That's all you got to do is at least keep him busy for a second, and you can get by him.
Power eye football coming into this game for the Red Tornadoes right now. You're going to see Terry Meyer and number 47, Steve Sinkovich, lined up in the power with Veach back in the I formation. And they're going to go to the left side. Bailey was actually the back. I'm sorry. It was to Bailey, and he gains about maybe 3 or 4 yards.
At 35 that time, Gall had a great hit on him, but he gained a couple of yards coming through the middle. But nice hit by Gall.
2:47 left in the first quarter. They leave the power formation in there, and they come with Veach bringing the play in and Bailey coming out.
One thing you find about Southern, and at least in the couple of years we saw them, always strong linebacker play.
Yeah, definitely.
No matter who's there, they're strong in the linebackers.
Going to go to the power, fake it to Veach. Now we're taking it outside to Sebas. Finds some running room and gets it down to the 48-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes from the 48. That's
nice
a good play.
Nice
Fake
play.
the power and come with Veach, come with Sebas.
And Mikey Sinkovich made the play work.
Right.
Really did. He had a fantastic block on the corner that time, and that's how that play works. But now that, if you notice, they took their 2 linebackers and tucked them real tight. They were shoulder to shoulder.
They saw the power formation
and
coming.
thought they were going to come up the middle, and that time he just a little fake job there, and we came around the end. And with Sebas' speed, again, we'll say it, you only have to give him a step, and he's off to the races. So always a potent weapon when he has the ball tucked in his arm.
Now we have Chesney split right, and we have Paracella split left. Another new formation for the Red Tornadoes. Veach goes in motion. Gives it to Veach. Finds some running room at the 49, to the 44, to the 40-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes at the 40-yard line of the Tigers.
New formation, old play.
Yep. New formation, though. It faked them out. They weren't sure what was coming there.
We've seen that play probably a billion times since the 60s being played here, and that's exactly what we saw again. And what you're also seeing, I guess, from Big Red's point of view, is you're seeing the playbook expanded a lot more than we had in the first 2 games. You're seeing a lot of formations, a lot of people in different positions, at least in the backfield and in the split end part of it. So everybody's playing.
A real wide set that time. Try it to Bailey. Bailey up the middle for about a 4-yard gain. In on the tackle, number 44 for the Tiger, Jankowski.
Now what that's doing, you're seeing Bailey and you're watching that play and you're thinking, well, he's picking up 3 or 4 yards. But that play is really what's making the outside play work, because he's keeping those 2 linebackers focused on him in the middle.
Right.
And that's you're taking away that extra step they have if they're able to split themselves a little bit. So right now, the mind game that's going on between offense and defense is shifted a little bit to our side of the ball right now.
Van Doren, no backfield. There comes Bailey shifting into the back. Sebas on a long count. Quick pass to Veach. Hits him on about the 44, has a juke move, gets it to the sideline, to the 10, and out of bounds right about the 10-yard line. What a great play that was.
And what they've done now is they've turned the table on Southern defense. They've got them confused a little bit, and they got them sitting back on their heels trying to figure out what's coming next. Really some nice play calling by Big Red, and
give Coach Williams credit on that one.
Yeah, truly. I mean,
because he's calling them.
Whitey loves offense. I mean, let's face it. He is one of the innovative coaches in Pennsylvania in high school football for offense. And I mean, you're trying to figure out what he's doing next. It's not that easy to do.
Veach was out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, and the I don't know what we're doing here. Trying to see if the clock is.
Yeah, they may be trying to reset it because he went out of bounds. It shows
28
seconds. So we're really at the end of the first quarter now. We'll run one play here when they set the clock, and that'll be it.
Power eye formation for the Red Tornadoes. Give it to Veach behind the power. Down to about
Bailey.
the 6-yard. Sorry, it was Al Bailey down to about the 6-yard line.
Once again, they're pounding the fullback up the middle.
You went with the 2 guards there, which are Sinkovich and Daukas, Jonathan Else at center. You're going with Terry Meyer, Steve Sinkovich, and then Al Bailey. it's got to gain 6 or 7 yards.
Well, so much for the philosophy of, you're trying to contain to the outside, which you don't blame him for doing that, for the simple reason we got the speed. But then, again, you look at who's back there between Bailey and Terry Myers. Terry Myers blocking and Bailey. And we said this last week, that you get Bailey through and screen somewhere along the line. With his speed, I think they had him clocked at about 4.445. Even as a fullback, this kid breaks loose. He's gone.
Now, I would say that here, even with Southern Columbia, as I said in the earlier game, Southern Columbia will not play against a faster fullback than they are going to play tonight. Bailey is the fastest fullback they will see, and that's unusual. I mean, a fullback is not noted for his speed. What he's noted for is that 4 or 5 yard burst where he's going to carry a guy with him and, and pick up the hard yardage. Bailey, on the other hand, if he breaks into the linebackers and makes a cut, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to respect the middle. And what they're doing, if you take a look, the power eye is what's fooling them right now. When we go power eye, watch what they do. Watch how bunched up.
And we're in it right now. Look at the middle of it. The 3 linebackers are just stuffed there. They're going to pitch to Veach, take it outside.
Why not?
He'll make it. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Touchdown.
What would you?
But that was a great play.
Exactly
you have to go outside if they're going to stuff it like that.
Yeah, what he's doing is taking the defense and he's just stretching it, then he's contracting it, then he's stretching it out again, and they've got themselves rocked a little bit on their heels. They need to adjust a little bit and try to find out what play is coming out of what formation.
See, that's good in the middle of the field when you start playing at 4-4 and you're containing to the outside. But now all of a sudden when we got down to the 5-6 yard line, they brought everybody up on the line. And we know how to block that scheme very well. And as soon as, we strung it out like Warren said, and you score.
Mike Sinkovich would attempt the extra point. Else with the snap. Paracello with the hold. The kick is up, and it's good. With 13 seconds left in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Tigers from Southern Columbia nothing. One thing has to be said right there, Warren, and one of the big questions that was asked was, can the Red Tornadoes put a sustained drive together? Because what they faced was touchdowns of 66 yards on plays, 52 yards. And right there, they put a touchdown together from the 12-yard line, right?
Their worst field position, they march into the end zone. So that allays any fears that can happen. And again, it was superior play calling, I thought.
Excellent.
And great execution along the line by the kids. And really, you saw what you're seeing, and it's so subtle, but what you're seeing is the speed thing. Coach Roth knows how fast we are. And he's trying to make up for that speed a little bit by positioning.
Right.
But what you do then is you can't position everybody in the exact right place. Somebody has to give a little. And Coach Williams right now, on that drive at least, found where the give was and was able to put the ball down the field.
Coach Conley just had a line meeting. It looked like the pro.
That boy. Hurt?
No, but he was beating the chalkboard.
I was going to say, you get nervous when he has meetings.
Hornberger takes the kick. And somebody was leveled there by number 27, Matt Van Doorn.
Matt Van Doorn.
He leveled the blocker, really, right?
And I'll tell you what, he took him back into the path of the ball carrier.
The ball carrier had to change where he was going because Van Doorn absolutely splattered the guy right in front of him. What a hit.
First down and 10, Southern. 7 seconds left on the clock in this first quarter.
We got more out of the 20 seconds
I was
than we could
say
have
that.
ever hoped for.
Slater tries the goal off the right side. Malikoski in on the tackle, helped out by getting up right there. 80, Chris Cuff, and number 1, Terry Meyer.
And Chesney coming off the end of that.
Chesney there too, okay. That's the end of the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Tigers nothing.
Now, when I talked about earlier, as far as Southern being down, now being down 7-0 isn't enough to change your offensive philosophy.
No.
Let's face it. I mean, I think Southern Columbia, after all these years, has enough confidence to know that they're still in a football game and they can easily win it. But if Southern Columbia or any other wing T team now all of a sudden finds themselves down 21-0, that's a whole different ball game. The wing T, and he really kind of poo-pooed the wing T. He said it was just another offense. It was still kids, lining up against each other. The only difference, I guess, is that it's just new. It's just new to you. You don't see it that often, and it's not something you prepare for a lot. But other than that, he felt it was the same.
And what we've seen in the last 2 years of playing Southern, it's how deceptive they can be in the backfield when your quarterback, when Slater has his back turned to the defensive line. you know, your defense has to watch a lot of movement back there, and they have to be sure that they're plugging the holes and are not chasing the movement. That's what the whole offense on Southern is doing.
Really, that's what, if you take a good look at this wing tee, that's what it's movement.
Right.
There's a lot of people moving around and the ball being kind of slayed a hand into somebody at the last minute.
Slater tries it to Gall. No, he tried to shovel. Oh, every one of the Red Tornadoes line read it. Terry Meyer is there. Chris Cuff is there. Malachowski is there. Dowkins is watching because he had no room to tackle anywhere. And Cuffy number 80 on there. Yeah. And Terry Meyer was there too, right?
I'll tell you what, he was lucky that wasn't picked off.
Yeah.
There were enough white shirts there, weren't there?
Yeah. Again, they're trying to deflect the line rush straight up the field by doing that. And then what you do is you plant in their head that they maybe shouldn't come up so fast. Right. He's trying to just stop the rush coming so hard on him.
Slater in a 3rd down and 6 passing situation. He's trying the quick pass, looks down across the middle of the field, has Jurkevich, caught the ball, great catch, covered by Veach, but Jurkevich had 3 steps on Veach and got the ball.
Great throw,
First down at the 29-yard line, and Southern can throw over the middle. They've said that before, and they did it last year.
Well, Slater said that was an excellent pass. Jurkevich just ran underneath that, and it came right over his shoulder for the reception.
Yeah, you can't do it any better than that.
No,
really.
you can't.
Slater and Jurkevich ran a perfect route, a perfect throw, and that's what happened.
And those are difficult to defend.
Oh, definitely.
The only way
it's coming right over your shoulder like that.
The only way to defend it is to get a good pass rush and not let them throw it. That's about what you can do with that.
First down and 10, Tigers from the 26-yard line. Steffen goes in motion, gives the ball to Steffen on the outside. Found some, oh no, he didn't find any running room. Chris Cuff ran him down from his defensive end.
Chris Cuff.
Actually, Chris took a look at coming inside and then actually caught him.
Yep.
So the speed of Chris Cuff showed right there as he ran Steffen down.
Now Steffen, that time, that's a play where he doesn't have any blockers out front.
But he was going to the corner,
Everything influences the line to go to their left. He's pitched the ball to his right, and he's trying to get around the end, hoping he's got some room. Now, what happens there is the end has to make the move in, or he's going to stop the play like he did.
Number 34, Breach, is split far right. Jurkevich comes to the right side. Now they have trips. Pitch back to Gall, had the blockers out there, and a clip against Dowkins. Malachowski makes the tackle, but number 4 in on the clip there against Dowkins. He just took him right down, which was P.J. Sargent.
They're calling holding.
Oh, was it holding?
Yeah.
Well,
either or.
Right, it was the same kind of thing.
But a big penalty and an inopportune time for the Tigers. It'll march them back. And that's exactly what killed the Mount Carmel area drive earlier in the game. So
now, one thing you're seeing here is that Mount Carmel is now containing the outside on Southern area on defense. There, they've strung everything out. They might be giving up a yard or 2 yards on a carry to the outside. Southern area, you know, like you said, might have to change their game plan slightly and try start hitting the middle again.
Second down and about 20 yards to go. The ball is resting on the 34-yard line. 9:55 left in the first half. Slater, straight drop back. Big rush from Cuff. Hits him. It was on a a screen pass. Big run down by number 58, Mike Sinkovich. How do you see your tackle come and make that play?
I'll tell you what. You want to see some movement. We're talking about speed here with our halfbacks and our wide receivers. You take a look at Chris Cuff catching a halfback after he comes off a block, and you take a look at Mike Sinkovich at that point.
A defensive tackle.
A defensive tackle. The speed that he put on to make that tackle. Unbelievable.
Third down and 11 yards to go. Jurkevich in the slot to the right. Breach split far right for the Tigers. Tries it to Steffen. Steffen's going to throw. Looks in the corner of the end zone. Intercepted! Nick Chesney!
Chesney's got it.
Great job, Nick. Yes.
He played the ball from the moment it happened.
Great interception
Saw
by
the whole
Chesney.
play.
Now there's the case there. If that wasn't caught as an interception, there should have been an offensive foul, a flag on the offense there for interference, because he was all over his back the whole time.
You know what that is, guys? That's a coach's son.
Yep.
That reads the play, a trick play that quickly, it reacts as well as he did, and then gets in position for the interception.
Nick, here's the bottom line. What they say about Nick Chesney is he knows football.
Yeah.
Sure.
He knows football. He knows that the most important is his job in his life there was to cover that receiver rather than coming up and take the run on. First down, Red Tornadoes. Tries it up the middle of Veach. No.
Sebas
still has the ball on a fake. Great fake by Sebas. He's going to make a cut. Still finds some running room and down to the 44-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. 34 breaching on the tackle. What a great fake by Nick Sebas. Yep. I thought Jonathan Veach had the ball.
You had me following him there for a second.
And Veach, Jonathan Veach did a heck of a job at running into the middle of the line.
Defensive end made the hit on Nick Sebas as he was coming around. If that was a full-out sprint for Nick, as soon as he faked the ball, he was gone. Yeah. He was hit, and he still picked up 30 yards on that play.
Yeah, so Stefan actually, we never saw that part way.
Right.
Stefan actually touched him because we were watching Veach. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes out of the I formation. This one's to Veach off the left side. Great tackle made by Stefan, and you got to block the defensive ends, guys. Stefan and Andy Hornberger on both sides. You got to stop them or they're big plays, Warren.
Well, I'll tell you what, Veach just had free running for 3-4 yards there. I mean, the defensive end never, even though he made the tackle, he never made the move on the line.
Right.
You know, he was going to the left, to the interior portion of the line.
Second down, 4 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Steve Sinkovich in at fullback now for the Red Tornadoes. This one's going to Bailey off the right side. Finds a little bit of running room down to about the 25-yard line, close to a first down.
Now, Big Red is now beginning to shoot chunks of yardage up here on their drives. They're being stopped, but it's always for 4 and 5 yards. If you take a good look when you in the next play, if you can, take a look at the line surge. The line surge alone is 2 yards, which is given. You got 2 yards going that way when you're a back. You're going to pick up some yardage. It's easy that way.
Third down and inches for the Red Tornadoes.
It's easy for me to say that. I'd need a line surge of about 20. And even then, it might be a problem.
Sebas, quarterback sneak behind the bus.
The bus.
First down, Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, when you got the bus, when the bus is 5 yards down the field, you're first down. Let's face it. Yeah, I mean, when you got the bus at center, and you got yourself a yard.
And you don't have a nose guard.
Come on. It's pretty much a given there, you know.
Great block on the, you have to get the linebackers, coming through there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I mean. You got the bus with that kind of room there. I mean, it's a given. He's just going to do it.
6:51 left in the first half. Sebas fakes to Veach. Looks at Paracella over in the sideline. Oh, interference, definitely interference. He was on Paracella's neck at about the 11-yard line. This will be a 15-yard penalty against the Tigers.
That time he knew Paracella was going to catch it. There was nothing he could do about it, so he took a shot at it.
Tell you the truth, Paracella was the only one out on pattern that time.
Again, Southern really kind of rocking here on defense right now. I'm not sure what's coming at them, where it's coming from, and they're starting to show a little bit of wear here now.
You know, you did say about the wing tee offensively, he doesn't have to make any changes there. He's just got to keep on running what he has. It's the defense now, after, an 85-yard drive for a score right before the end of the first quarter, he's got to sit back and think, no, wait, is it viable for me to keep on moving my outside linebackers the way I am to contain to the outside?
Right. 6:40 left in the first half. First down and 10. Power I to Veach behind the power. Find the hole. Down to about the goal. No, about the 5-yard line. How am I getting that one?
5-yard line.
It's a dark line. The 5-yard line is darker than the goal line. Yeah. Down to about the 5-yard line. First down and goal to go, Red Tornadoes.
They're coming up with a 6-man line. They got a 6-2 defense out there, and they're bringing the 2 corners up a little bit closer for some outside protection.
Yeah.
But what that does, as soon as Veach gets through the line, there's only a linebacker out there. We screen a linebacker just like we did there. We're picking up 10 yards.
Now we have the power I with Bailey. Gives it to Bailey. Big hole. Big hole on the right side. And he only got to about the 1-yard line. Somebody cut across there pretty good and made the tackle. And again, looked like Yankuski on the tackle.
These entire drives are line play. The line is handling it. There really is. Mount Carmel area's line is handling Southern Columbia right now. And you're seeing holes opening up now that are, again, I thought that time, I think he should have cut outside.
To the outside.
He should have headed instead of in. And I think he would have avoided that guy coming across the middle there.
Paracella split to the right. Sinkovich and Meyer in the power formation with Veach in the backfield. Hands it to Veach. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Good power blocking by the line, and also Terry Meyer, Steve Sinkovich on that side. Number 72, Jamie Vogler, Dan Dauka, 71 at guard. 13-0 Red Tornadoes, 5:35 left in the first half.
Oh, who we have to get instead of that 4-4, and you know, they're just opening up some holes.
Well, Southern's got to be a little concerned now about momentum. They need to do something with this series, I think, at least change field position a little bit, although field position doesn't seem to be affecting us much right now. We've seen the march from the 20 and then from the 12, so.
P.J. Sargent this time will take the kickoff at about the 6-yard line. Looks at a hole up the middle. Good blocking by the Tiger kickoff team.
That's
yeah,
Mike Sinkovich.
Mike Sinkovich in with the tackle.
No, that wasn't a tackle. That was
a knockout.
Me out of bounds.
Yeah, that was like 7 or 8 yards. You knock him out of bounds. That's what it was.
We're not going to classify that as a tackle.
That's like jar your teeth when you get hit.
First down tiers from the 37-yard line.
I tell you, Mike is having a whale of a football game right now. He is all over the plate right now.
There's a lot of boys out there playing with some intensity, that's for sure.
Slater out of the real tight wing tee this time. Tries it to Stefan Malakowski, but the big block there was blocking the hole was 54 Jeff Evans. He just took the center right out of play.
He's down there gnawing on an ankle right now. The dog, Mr. Dog.
And then after that happens, you have to give Malakowski credit.
Oh.
You have to give the two linebackers, Meyer and Sinkovich, come and fill the hole and make. There's 4 and 5 guys in on every tackle. It's hard to tell, each one of them. Going to try a pass. Big rush this time by the Red Tornadoes. Jeff the Dog Evans finishes them off at about the 30-yard line.
Now, what you're seeing here is that Southern area in that first down there came out very, very tight, and we pulled everybody in. We had one, the free safety was back. This time they split out, and they're hurting. They have to move the ball down the field, so they're trying a pass. There were only 2 people out. There was a delayed halfback coming out of the backfield, and this split end out here took off downfield. I mean, after that, he better get the ball up in the air.
4:17 left in the first half. 14-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Chesney covers a breach out here.
A 2 motion here.
Oh, big rush that time by the center of the Red Tornado defense, Malakowski and Jeff Evans.
A lot of pressure, both pass and run here.
You have to remember why that is, though. The wing tee, now where the success with the wing tee passing is because you're still checking on everybody getting the ball, then he drops back and he passes. When you know he's passing, you're not checking anymore.
Yeah.
So you know they're not running that fullback up the middle anymore.
Gall with the punt in the direction of Sebas. Fair catch called for at the 40-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes at the 40.
That's what I had meant about tough to come back with this kind of an offense, because when it's time to tee off now, when you know they're passing, it's a much more difficult offense because it's not a pass-geared offense to begin with. And that's where they're going to hurt a little bit. If Nick Slater has to drop back and pass on 2 or 3 downs all the time, this game's over. It's as simple as that.
And especially, just sending out with the line surge on defense that we have, he can only put out 2 receivers.
Right. That's what I mean. And I'm not saying this against Slater. I'm just saying that the offense is not geared to do this.
Fake to Bailey.
This is a
big rush by 55, and Sebas dropped the ball. 55 in on the rush for, and that's Chad Rodarmel coming from the right defensive end position again.
We had everybody in the pattern. I mean, we had the whole group out in the pattern, and I don't know what, the play didn't look right from the beginning there somehow.
I'll tell you what, I think it took Nick by surprise. He was looking for a fake dive man coming up, and he wasn't there, and Nick sort of turned his head looking, where you at? And by that time, 55 was putting some pressure on him.
And that brings up
well, actually, there was nobody there, though, with him other than that defensive end. That's the guy we have to get.
2nd and 22 now for Big Red. This is an ugly one.
Tries it to Veach, going to take it outside. Finds some running room, and he made it out there. Bubnus makes the tackle, but after about a 16 or 17 yard gain.
I was going to say 18 yards he's picked up here on that play alone. And again, what you saw there was Veach, he breaks the outside, there's the speed, but notice when it's time to take him down. Now, he took two guys another 3 yards before he went out of bounds.
Jonathan Veach is very strong.
Oh, yes, he is.
He's a very powerful runner.
We had said that about him last year, that the difference in all the Veaches we had seen was this one wants to lower the shoulder and take you on. And you see what he's doing. That's exactly what he does.
The best time he runs, and when you watch him from last year and this year, is when he gets that intensity that he wants to run you over. When he puts the steam on and puts his shoulder down, that's when you enjoy watching him run.
Let me take a quick moment here, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you that you are watching WKMC TV, broadcast directly from the Mount Carmel Area High School campus. Our microwave signal is WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service. You catch us on a Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Service Electric cable.
For you, too. You know that.
And a special thanks to Locust Township Police Department for all their nice things they do for us when we come over this way.
Third down out of the shotgun for the Red Tornadoes. Siebes with Steffen on his ankles. Now he'll turn it upfield, find some running room. First down at the 43-yard line, and that is just sheer speed. A defensive end had him dead to rights, and we had no block on him, and he just got right through it, and Siebes made the play.
The problem with the defensive end is that he got caught flat-footed. He saw Siebes 7 yards away, and he had a lot of room to make a tackle, and he got back on his heels.
First down and 10. Red Tornadoes from the 42-yard line. That'll be an offside against the Red Tornadoes.
Kind of hard to hide on that one. No matter what you do, you can't hide off of that one. They'll push Big Red back 5 yards.
I'll tell you what that shows at this point, even though the score is 14-0, it shows that we still have intensity out there, and we're trying to get the cadence down. I mean, that's not a mental error.
I don't know if Coach Connolly's going to buy that one at halftime. Now, hopefully he can tell him that one, but I don't know if he's buying it or not.
He'll hear it on the tape, but I have to give him Oakland credit. They're still aggressive.
I don't know if that one's going to fly.
Siebes, back to pass. It's a screen over here to Cuff. Good block by Else and by 58. Sinkovic gets him down to the 28-yard line. Good play. A screen pass to the tight end, a pulling center, and a pulling guard.
There were some nice blocks. There really were. And Cuff, I'll tell you what, you don't get to see him moving that much with the ball, but he had some purpose there as he was moving down the field.
1:12 left on the clock, and the clock's winding down here. 1:08. Red Tornadoes don't look real hurried, do they? Siebes gives the ball to Veach off the left side. He did a great juke. He's going to be to the 4. Touchdown. And that was reminiscent of Brett Veach.
Absolutely.
That looked like Brett. And Jonathan, give you all credit in the world. Great run, Jonathan Veach.
That time he decided not to lower his shoulder.
Right.
That time he just
made
perfectly.
one quick, great move.
I mean, I think that was P.J. Sargent, I believe, is still trying to find out where he went.
Breach, 34 breach.
I thought it was 4. I'm sorry.
I think it was 30. Well, one of them.
I thought it was 4.
I think it was 4.
PJ.
Either one.
In to attempt the extra point with 53 seconds left in the first half, Mike Sinkovic. Snaps back from, Else to Paracella. Sinkovic picks it up and gets a chance to run. Now he's going to throw. Now he's still going to run to the 12-yard line.
And here that was, I wonder if I can get everyone to hit me before I go down.
Well, when was the last time Mike carried the ball? About 2 years ago?
That's
there
right.
You go.
He takes full advantage every time the ball, but also he was going to pass.
Right.
He had his Joe Namath look there for a second. He was stretched out, ready to go.
Well, you always look for if the ends are aware of what's going on behind you, they're supposed to break that. They are supposed to break downfield and look for an open spot.
What happens, though, is they're spoiled now. He's so automatic now that nobody was paying attention to what happened behind him, and he was just dead meat then. He had 7, 8, 9 guys trying to take him down.
I'll tell you what, unbelievable. You look at that hole at the left-hand side, just put in that line on a 35-yard line. And, again, here's the case where you shield the linebacker. Jonathan Veach got hit on the line of scrimmage, and he squirted through. And as soon as he got through, the only person that you had to beat was that defensive back that's trying to come over. And again, there he was. He was caught flat-footed. And it's amazing. you know, how you can turn from just bowling somebody over to watching, as you're running, he's watching the defensive players see what he's doing. As soon as he makes a move in one direction, Jonathan's going in the other.
Sinkovic tries the squibber kick and will go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So this one will be brought out to the 35, first down and 10.
And Mike
Now, that was a play, though.
Mike's saying, I don't like that squibber kick. I never did. I didn't want to kick it over there.
He has that little spot, though. He used to be able to put it right in there. And
he was good at that.
He went for it again, so.
But he likes it down when he's kicking it down to the 10 and the 5 now. He's gotten used to doing that now. They got 53 seconds remaining. I don't expect to see Southern do a lot of crazy stuff. There's no sense risking an interception or something. I think they're going to probably play this one safe.
Breach is split far right and Bubna's far left. Slater going to try a quick pass out here at Breach. And he cuts it back to the middle of the field. Chesney hits him along with 47, Sinkovic, 26. Lantini, 5, Nick Sebas in there on the stop also.
Did you see Steve Sinkovic missed him the first time around?
Came back for the second hit?
And I mean, you could see his head going back.
You gotta go. In that case, he's got to go down, though. That's something you learn a little bit as you move, but you got to learn to go down.
3 yards to go, second down. Slater, straight drop, Cuff with a big rush. Tried a screen pass to Gall, but that was just, Chris Cuff broke that one up. Didn't let him throw it very good at all.
Well, I mean, under that kind of pressure, and remember, he has to turn to throw that one. He turns completely around to do that play. You turn around and you see him coming at you, you're going to rush the pass a little bit.
I'll tell you what, he was lucky he turned around and saw him out of the corner of his eye because Cuffy had a full head of steam on him.
I think he would have gotten hurt if he wouldn't have moved a little bit there. And again, I think that the tail of the tape so far in the first half is speed, as we had said earlier. Southern has not matched up speed-wise very well, at least so far in the game. But there's a whole other half to go, so I'm not counting them out, that's for sure.
21 seconds left in this first half. Slater pitches back to Gall, tries it out around the right side. 71, Dowk is in on the tackle with Steve Sinkovic, number 47. First down, Southern at about the 48-yard line. 15 seconds left on the clock.
Now, again, you know, as you know, we're in a back in a prevent defense here with our defensive backs.
Right.
You know, you don't want to give them a little bit of momentum. You don't want them to score, but you don't want to give them the momentum if they do score right at the end of the half.
Slater going to throw long. Oh, Paracella covering Bubnas. He had to sort of stay with him, but the ball actually landed where there were no receivers.
He was better. He threw down a little bit because it would have been intercepted that time. Everybody was well covered, and everybody was in position that time.
Second down, 10 yards to go, 10.3 seconds left in the first half. The Red Tornadoes in the lead, 20-0. And Mickey Moreau's coming in for Dan Dow, because you know what this is? An all-out defensive end charge at the quarterback.
Send him in the kamikaze.
They say, hey, Mickey, just go, baby.
Send in the kamikaze.
And that's right up his alley.
Let's watch 41 right now. Slater.
Not that time.
No, they put him on coverage. Well, he had to be, but great tackle made by
Cuffy.
Number 80, Chris Cuff.
Chris Cuff, and right there along with him was Jay Malakowski.
That's the end of the first half. Wayne, you took a trip down to the field, and great field conditions down there tonight before we go into the stats.
I'll tell you what, the field is in excellent shape. It's very soft. You know, it's cut just right. There's no holes out there. It's no mud, no nothing, so it is in good shape.
What was the length? Did you measure it?
I didn't have my...
All right.
Sorry.
Halftime
I'm
stats.
sorry.
Hey, you talk about firing on all cylinders tonight. I'll tell you what, the first half, I hope these guys are still fired up for the second half coming out. Take a look at these stats. The rushing department in the first half, 24 carries for 205 yards. In the passing department, we have 2 for 43 yards. Veach, 12 carries, 126 yards in his first half alone. Sebas, 6 for 58. Bailey, 6 for 24. Cuffy has 1 reception for 19 yards on that screen pass to the end, the tight end. And Veach, 1 for 24. First downs, Mount Carmel has 14 already in the first half. So you talk about an offensive team that has come out and taken over the field here. That's it. On the defensive side now, Southern Area has 15 carries for 3 yards, 6 of 10 for 82 yards in the passing department, and first downs only 4. So both offense and defense are out there, and they've just taken over this game.
Captains will meet at the center of the field. The captains on the field tonight for the Red Tornadoes. 58, Mike Sinkovich. 80, Chris Cuff. Number 60, Jason Malakowski. And number 75, Jonathan Else. The other captain for the Red Tornadoes, number 71, Dan Daukus. Only 4 can go out on the field, but there are 5 Red Tornado captains this year.
Well, I think you look at the halftime stats, there's something you're going to say right off the bat. If the wing tee offense is only going to do 3 yards a half,
right,
the game's over. They need to move the ball on the ground. They need Southern Columbia needs to control the line of scrimmage. That's the first thing they should be doing when they come out now, is try to control the line of scrimmage a little better, because that's where the game was really gotten away from them in the latter half of that second quarter. They really started to get rocked back in the heels. The surge was taking them 2 and 3 yards back. I think that's what hurt them. Now let me give you a quickie here. The TV crew, the people who really make this all happen, the people that are responsible for you actually seeing.
Now Carmel in the end of the first quarter and the second half, or the second quarter, put on a sustaining drive and took time off the clock, and certainly Southern Area cannot afford to have that happen.
Number 12, Nick Slater, will kick off for the Tigers. Ooh, good kick by Slater.
You could hear that kick.
Taken by Bailey, back on about the 4-yard line, runs it right up the middle of the field to about the 26. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Initial hit made by number 33, Paul Nazarchik.
That's the kind of kick that hurts your foot. you could clearly hear that whack when he connected with you.
Well, you wouldn't want to do that if it was about 2 degrees below zero, would you?
He kicked that sucker a mile, though. That's getting some leg into things.
Sebas with Bailey and Veach in the backfield. They're split backs here. Going to try to Bailey. Tries to take it outside. Big hit by number 11, Hornberger, and fumble, but it's down on the ground.
And Hornberger's had himself an outstanding football game so far, and he's taking off right where he let off. He really is. He's been, the problem with him is he's usually alone. That's what's happening to him. He's made to make all the plays by himself up there, and the speed eventually caught him a couple of times. But he's playing one whale of a football game, and he's been a real thorn, I think, in the side from the start of this game.
Second down, 11 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Sebas. Inside handoff to Veach. Very little running room off the left-hand side, and gain of only about a yard. Third down, 10 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, we come out in the second half, and Southern's defense stiffens up here a little bit.
Well, the Red Tornadoes went out of the power I, which they really moved the ball with, went to split backs here. Just see what happens, and you'll see some other formations coming out of Coach Williams right now. Now he's going to come out of the I formation for the first time in the second half. First 2 plays were with split backs. Sebas. Going to take it on a reverse to Paracella. Lots of running room. A great block by Chris Cuff, and it's going to come back. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes, but they're going to call a clip or a hold against the Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you what happened there.
Clip.
But what happened was Cuffy had him face to face mask to face mask the whole time, and the kid spun off. And when the kid spun, he was on his back at the time. Cuffy was blocking his back, and that's when the referee turned around and threw the flag.
What a great call.
Yeah,
we said Coach Williams had some in his hip pocket, and there was one right there. Everybody went after Sebas on that play.
And I think if you're Mount Carmel area, and you better, if you're a fan, you need to be a little cautious about this.
Right.
Remember that it's 20-0, but, and I'm not trying to tear down a program anywhere, but we're not playing Tamaulipas.
Right.
Okay, this is Southern Columbia area.
Who have been behind this year already.
Right.
Yeah, they've struggled against Pius X in the first half, but then came back in the second half.
I mean, their tradition in football is unmatched. I mean, they know what to do, and they're a proud program, so this game is far from being over.
Well, they will give you the full 48 minutes. Draw play to Veach. Finds some blocking, cuts behind Else out there, finds more running room. Great block by the line, and Veach might go all the way. Nobody should touch anybody here.
Nobody.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Jonathan Veach. And what can you say about Jonathan
Excellent.
Veach? But great line blocking that time. There was some good center block.
He had
Yes, there was.
everybody came through the hole in front of him. It was a matter of which way to cut. And the only guy with a shot at him became Sargent in the end there, and he just didn't have enough of an angle, and you're not going to catch Veach when he goes out.
No.
When he breaks away from you. And again, I mean, you can say it a bazillion times, folks. Speed kills, and they cannot match up speed-wise. When they break free, it's over.
I'll tell you what, add 88 more
70.
yards to right,
Yep.
or how many was it?
I think it was
what'd you
70.
have?
I think it was 75 yards.
75?
It sort of looks like 50, 60, 70, 75. I think we were on a 25-yard line.
Oh, no, they had it back farther than that, Wayne. Snaps back from Ellis. Paracella takes the fake. It's a pass to Cuff, incomplete.
I think that was a new play we saw this time.
But you know what, Bob, you're right. I think you are right.
With the penalty,
it was
right,
With the
right.
penalty, it was back there. But he had 120 some yards already.
126.
26 yards.
About 80, so he's over 200 yards.
He's over 200 yards. I would like to know, Warren or Jose's down there. Unfortunately, I would like to know what the single game rushing record is for carries.
Now, Jonathan Veach is putting on a display here
yes,
tonight,
he is.
folks. An absolute display. So sit back and enjoy this. He is just absolutely tearing Southern Columbia up himself right now. And Mount Carmel area is beginning to look unstoppable. And what I'd said in the first half, I'll now say, and I'll stand by this, a 26-point lead is extremely difficult for a single wing offense to try to overcome. Southern Columbia will now beginning to pass, and only 9 minutes, 52 seconds in the third quarter, they will begin to pass more often than they are accustomed to in this game, and that's where I think they're going to run into problems.
Especially our defensive line is getting very aggressive.
58, Mike Sinkovich with the boomer this time. Taken by for P.J. Sargent, and he's tackled at the 20-yard line in on the stop.
That's Van Doren
Van
again.
Doren helped out by Meyer and who else?
Antini was down there, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
And Bailey. Here comes Al Bailey,
Bailey.
too. He was in there. First down, Tigers from the 21-yard line, 26-0, Red Tornadoes.
I think I have to eat a little bit of crow. I think at the beginning of the broadcast here, I did say that both teams, we had the good ground out game and everything else, but boy, we have some speed, and there's a breakaway right there.
Steffen goes in motion. Slater tries it over to the right side. The Bubness incomplete. Second down and 10.
Tell you what, that was a nice play, though. He completely fooled everybody that time. When he made the turn instead of the ball, everybody else was facing an opposite direction.
Right.
He really did. That was some nice, the way he handles the football. And the wing T, the quarterback really has to be good. I mean, that's what makes it go. You got to be able to be quick with your hands and be able to move the ball around. And that time, he fooled me even. I wasn't sure where the ball went.
Slater sets the Tigers, puts Jurkevich in motion. Long fly pattern to Bubness. Nick Slater with the interception gives Chesney, sorry, Nick Chesney.
No, they're saying he dropped it.
Oh, no.
No, I'll tell you what.
I missed it if he did.
That's a bad call because Chesney caught the ball and he came down on his back on the ground.
Yeah.
I think that referee was practicing a drum roll there because that was an interception,
Boy,
folks. I'm sorry.
what great coverage by Chesney.
I'm giving him the interception.
Wow.
By the way. I can do that, It's one of the perks of being up here. I'm giving it to him.
Unbelievable.
I have Nick Chesney, Nick Slater, Nick Sebas. Too many Nicks out there tonight, Wayne.
Slater took a horrendous hit.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Well, I
how
was
Slater
watching.
threw
That's
the
what
ball
I
and
saw.
caught it.
I was watching that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Tried. Third down, 10 yards to go. Slater on the straight drop back. Rush from Malachowski. Jurkevich, and actually number 2, Nick Chesney again there.
Yeah.
Almost, he would have intercepted it had it not gone out of bounds.
Chesney playing outstanding defense.
Great defense by Nick Chesney.
And he really did have an interception there. I'm giving it to him.
Now,
I think Coach Williams is giving it to him
oh,
there, too.
definitely. But the thing that you're watching now is that they have to go back into a passing offense, and our line is just unloading. He does not have the time to sit back there. You see Malachowski pushing his defender all the way back.
Gall in punt formation.
Nice
the Tornadoes set up for a return, but Sebas with the fair catch at the 40-yard line. Nice high punts, aren't they, Wayne?
Yeah,
He takes away a lot of the speed return by kicking him that way. Wayne.
Very good, Warren. No, you're right. That's exactly
Why,
correct.
did I
He's
ask
giving them-
Wayne?
Yeah, but
No, he's-
Oh, you answered.
He said, but I.
and my lips did not move at all when he was talking. Did you notice that?
I'll drop it.
Okay. But yeah, you're right, though, Warren. He is giving them excellent hang time, and that is what you need. You don't need a line drive here will kill them because our blocking on specialty teams and the speed that we have back there is you're looking at touchdowns.
Chesney now split far right for the Red Tornadoes.
Shotgun
Seems
formation.
out of the shotgun, 9:20 left in the third quarter. Bailey comes in motion, snaps back to Sebas. Lots of time, looks over the middle. Paracella breaking incomplete at the 30-yard line. Wow,
I'll tell you, our line
lots of time. Wow.
Yeah, Nick had so much time back there. The line blocking on our pass is excellent.
Good coverage that time, actually, by everybody downfield for the Tigers.
Well, you know, we saw that in the first quarter. As soon as we show pass, they go back in the prevent, and they have so many people back there, and they're playing such a tight man-to-man coverage.
Out of the shotgun again. Paracella, or Bailey comes in motion. Sebas, it's a screen pass. And tipped
77 is the guy that really
by
made
77
that play. Miser.
for the Tigers, Miser.
77. I mean, there's a kid that read the
Yeah.
play from start to finish. It was only a matter for him is where should I stand to be best able to break this one up. He didn't bite at all. He just stood there and waited and deflected the pass, and that was it.
It's like a practice session here for the Red Tornado offense, it appears. Try a couple different
Well,
plays.
yeah, I mean, that's
Right.
the Whitey Williams way, too. He's got himself a pretty good lead now, but he's also going to try things out in a game situation because, let's face it, this is game one of a murderous strip of games coming up for Big Red this year.
From the shotgun, Seba's going to take it outside. Good block from Mike Sinkovich, but it will not be a first down. At about the 49-yard line, they'll have about 2 yards to go. Fourth down, 2 yards to go.
It's be an interesting caller. What do you think he's going to do? Kind of punt.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not the punt team. I'd say power I is what I'm calling.
You think? You think he's
Yep.
going here?
Yep. You got your
You're
power
right.
I backs in
He's
there.
going.
That's
He's,
right.
he's taking the full load with him this time.
Look at that. Look at the block.
Take a look at this, folks.
And look at the black in front there. Look at the black uniforms. Fourth down and short. Cuff goes in motion to the right side. Gives it to Veach to the outside. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes and more flags on the play.
Yeah,
I don't think Cuffy got set,
Cuff
right?
didn't get set down fast enough, and that's what happened. That's a timing. That's actually a timing thing on
a quarterback.
On quarterback.
Yeah.
Sebas needs to watch him out of the corner of his eye and make sure he's down before he calls the snap count.
That was a good play. Excellent play.
Yeah, but it looked good, and I'll tell you what. When you shift that tight end over, then that's what fooled them.
Oh.
You know, they got a little bit antsy about where he was heading for, and that was nice looking play.
He's going to punt.
Yeah, well, it's an easier call this time, but still in all, I like that play. I like what that did to the defense.
Yeah, that was something. Steve Sinkovich in to attempt the punt. Number 1, Terry Meyer will be the long snap. Deep for the Tigers, number 11, Hornberger, and number 4, P.J. Sargent. Snaps back. Steve Sinkovich with the punt. Bounces in front of Sargent. He takes it on the 20-yard line. Big rush from Mickey Moroz,
There he
and
is,
Mickey
Moroz.
finishes him off. I'll tell you what, good job by Moroz. He
Yeah.
actually had to run by it a little to cover his sideline here, Wayne, and then he came back and got him.
Well, it's exactly what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to contain to the outside. He's supposed to turn everybody into the center. But what he did is he eluded the blocker also and made the tackle.
Yeah, Moroz is like the guided missile. You set him up and you fire him off, and
Yeah.
you just wait for him to hit when he comes down.
First down, Tigers from about the 28-yard line. 8:42 left in the third quarter. Steffen goes in motion. Slater back to pass. Looks over the middle. Broken up by
28.
28 Al Bailey,
There's
and
a
a
hold.
flag on the play.
There'll be a hold
Yeah.
in the middle of the southern line. That play's going to be bounced back. In fact, there was a couple of holes that time. I was watching the dog,
Well, the dog.
and the dog
has-
he was double teamed on that one.
Right.
But I saw a shirt being moved around there too. But this will hurt Southern, and again, Southern is not in a position as time, even as we are only in the third quarter with 8:36. Time is a problem for Southern area. with an offense that takes a lot of time, a lot to score mostly. And again, Southern, there's no one I don't think on the Southern Columbia team on the offensive side that can break it away.
Right.
You're not going to break through. It's not when you had Rosini, you knew once he got past you, you were history. But there's no one that's going to beat Sivas right now down to the end zone. It's not going to happen.
Stefan goes in motion again. Slater rolls. Oh, big rush. They try the screen pass to Gall. He caught the ball, but Steve Sinkovich there first. Now Meyer. Gall finds some running room. Still on his feet. Daukus gets him. Still on his feet with some running room. And the
Great
nice
run.
tackle made by number 2, Nick Chesney. But look at the Red Tornadoes laid out there. About 7 of them. Gall broke the tackles.
That was a fabulous football run. It really was. Gall was absolutely fabulous. That second, third, fourth, 10th effort there. But he just kept churning his legs, and he kept moving upfield. And Sinkovich leaves the game here, folks, and he looks like he's injured a little bit. He's dangling his right arm.
He's moving it there. But when you can lift it up like that, you're okay. He got to lift it up a little. So
well, in his case, he'd have to be carrying his right arm with his left for it to really be a problem. But still in all, they're a little concerned. Doc Greco runs over to get a good look at him. Could be a shoulder sting or something like that.
Timeout called here. Coach Conley goes out to the defense of the Red Tornadoes. Coach Roth goes out to the offense of the Tigers.
That's the type of football that you expect from Southern areas.
Yeah,
that was just those types of plays, on both sides, Mount Carmel and on Southern, with Gall running like that, are the greatest plays to watch.
Well, Gall, first of all, he picked up what was a very low pass.
Yes.
Nearly picked it up at his shoe top, made the turn, and really started being hit from the moment he turned upfield, and he strung 7 or 8 guys out before he finally went down. And the guy that tackled him, I think, saved the touchdown.
Yeah, he did.
I think he would have went all the way in otherwise.
What he did was he had 3 guys blocking in front of him. There's only 1 tornado out there, and Nick Chesney caught him from behind.
Coach Connolly has to make that sprint now. That was a sprint for him, by the way.
First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. 8:08 left in the third quarter. Slater on the straight drop back. Looks over on the corner pattern here. Hits breach. Tackled by 29 Josh Paracella. First down, Tigers at about the 44-yard line.
Nice play that time again by both the quarterback and the receiver. He was well covered. Yeah. Paracella had him well covered, and he just drilled it into him.
Al Bailey in at strong safety now for the Red Tornadoes.
And this is what we had said. You better not be counting out the black and gold. Right. You're going to be in serious trouble tonight. They are a very powerful and potent football team.
Slater, back to pass. Terry Meyer held on that play. Oh, yes. Nick Chesney!
Oh, my goodness.
Nick
that
Chesney
time he
stole the ball from Breach. He stole the ball. What more can you say? Nick Chesney is catching everything. He is out there catching everything.
It will not get any better than that,
Nope, no better than that.
See a defensive back play the ball better than he just did and make the play that he just did.
Well, that's why he's all-state, too.
Yeah,
remember that.
Pretty much sums
that
one up.
He is an all-stater out there.
He is, and he proved it.
Boy, did he got up with,
goodness.
People don't realize with that uniform on and the weight that you're carrying to get up that high.
And float there.
Right.
It's a little like Michael Jordan, Nick.
Ooh,
First down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Veach, good block from Daukus. Somebody sneaked in from the side, and he gets to the 19-yard line, gain of about 5 yards.
Once again, you had 11, Hornberger. And again, the Hornberger on the one side and you got Stefan on the other side are playing one whale of a football game for Southern. They really are. They're all over the place. They're protecting the field that they're supposed to protect, and they're really moving to the ball.
But actually what they're doing is really working on the outside, Warren. And that way, what's happening there is it does leave the middle open, and we've proved it a couple times where we've come through with the draw plays and stuff that nobody can cover it. Sivas just going to take this one outside. Now he cuts it back to the middle of the field to the 29-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Good run.
Big Red just has become relentless on offense now.
Yeah.
They just keep banging and banging and banging and moving first downs up the field. So they're pretty hard to stop right now.
And again, it's the snap off the ball. Like you said in the first half, we're 2 yards off the ball already. you know, before Southern's reacting, and you're opening up holes at that time.
Veach is going to try taking it outside. Then he cuts it back. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards. If they get that little cutback on the defensive ends, they get 7 or 8 yards every carry.
Well, take a look. If you go back and you look at Sebas's bootleg and now Veach, they're getting up to the close to the out of bounds. And now as soon as they break through the line, they're looking back to the center of the field to cut behind the defense because the defense is overflowing to the run.
You have an injured Southern player down on
That's Hornberger down.
Got the butter out and you start greasing yourself down. I knew.
Hey, you got to do the things you got to do when you're me.
Matt Caskey comes in at defensive end for the Tigers. Tries one right up the middle to Bailey to about the 40-yard line. It'll be close to a first down, but I don't know if he quite made
All
it.
depends on where they marked us.
That's a first down.
Yeah, it's right on the line.
I'm saying it is.
It is. Take a look.
There it is.
Yeah.
I made the call, guys.
6:01, 6 minutes left in the third quarter. 26-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Split backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Tries Bailey off the left side. Gain of maybe about 2 yards. Tackle made by 35 Gall and Stefan, number 9, over there coming back.
I'll tell you, every time we're moving the ball on a straight dive or a misdirection play, it's 3, 4 yards, 5 yards. So you're moving the ball upfield. There hasn't been too many times already in the second half that we were caught at the line of scrimmage or behind.
Well, now's just a time to grind off some time off the
And
clock, too, and that's
doing.
what you're seeing.
Excellent.
Right, yeah, we don't really have to do a whole lot offensively right now.
Shovel pass to Veach, almost to number 77.
And Miser
almost caught it.
Whenever we do those little trick plays, Miser seems to know what we're doing all the time. And he just stands around waiting for it to happen.
Third down, 7 yards to go.
I think he got so surprised because he was standing
by
right
him.
there. And he got surprised and went by him, but you can't be in any better position than he is. I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to be fooling him or whatever, but he's not being fooled.
He's just sort of staying on the line of scrimmage, which a good defensive tackle does, and he's doing that. Third down, 7 yards to go. I formation now for the Red Tornadoes. Nope. We're going to go with a single back, and we're going to have flags on the play, and I can't believe that's a delay of game, but I guess it is. Yep. Didn't seem that long, did it?
Well, and that, you know, in our case, that's not such a bad deal. I mean, we're content to stretch it out anyway. That's exactly what we're doing.
Booker goes into the lineup, number 50, to take the place of 58, Mike Sinkovich.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike deserves a rest. He had an absolute fabulous football game tonight. He really did. He was all over the place.
Shotgun formation, guys. Snaps back to Sebas from Else. Nick's looking downfield. Now he's got, can he get away from people? There he goes again. Now he's coming the other way. Oh, and sure speed.
There we go.
Massive speed there. Just got everybody. We're going to have a flag on the play. But flags on the play are going to happen.
Paracella's limping now. And again, when you turn the field the way he did, you got a Southern man down, also injured on the 30-yard line. He took a big hit that time on the line. I believe that was, he may have been run over by a bus.
I do believe.
They're checking for a license plate right now, folks, so I think the bus was there. But again, when the problem with Sebas, if there is a problem at all, when you shift gears and you've gone all the way to the other side of the field, now you got everybody turning around to you, and boom, that's where the clip occurs.
Unbelievable speed, though.
But is he exciting or what? I mean, my goodness gracious. You just wonder how the heck he can't get caught. I mean, he's like 2 feet from somebody, and boom, he's around them.
I think it's like inches even. Sometimes it doesn't even look like feet.
It's amazing. The injured player was number 70 for the Tigers.
which is Ken Ruckel. Senior captain for the Tigers.
He wasn't listed as a starter though on defense. He must have come in.
He's
and
on
do
Yeah, he's
something
on
there.
offense, and
He must have come in for something there. Somebody must be out on the southern side. He's a big one.
third down, 15 yards to go.
This is one of those moments in the game where it's just kind of bogging down and it's pushing and shoving now. Nothing's happening.
Sebas, straight drop back. Hands off to Veach. Veach still looking for running room, and he gets to about the 32-yard line. Boy, the Red Tornadoes just won't go down tonight. They are playing with some real intensity.
Oh, he is really churning out there.
Fourth down, 15 yards to go in a punting situation. Now, what we haven't seen in the second half, and there's 3:32 left in the third quarter, is any power I at all. Most of the good runs and the good drives came out of that power I, Warren, in that first half.
Like I said, I think Mount Carmel area, you got to remember, take a look at our schedule. You've got a lot of big teams coming up. I mean, this is a rough stretch. You don't need to show. When you're 26 points ahead, you don't really have to show everything right now.
Jeff Evans in the punt for the Red Tornadoes, so Sinkovich must be hurt. Ball bounces and will be down at about the 46-yard line. First down and 10 Tigers.
I don't think Mike was hurt. Coach Conley pulled him out.
Well, he pulled Mike up, but Steves was the punter. Remember, he came with the arm
that's
hanging?
right. But you had talked about Mike there. Mike comes out, and Coach Conley's standing on his side, and he's clapping for him, telling me, great job. Mike gets over, and right in front of him goes, why am I out? What's going on?
Steve is back in.
Like,
he went back in.
Steve's back in, but now on defense, Jake Shellhammer comes in at safety for the Red Tornadoes to give Sebas a rest. Yurkevich goes in motion. The ball goes to Yurkevich out around the right side, finds some running room, and is tackled at about the 48-yard line. Initial hit made by number 1, Terry Meyer, also number 2, Nick Chesney.
That was an initial hit.
That was a Chesney-Meyer hit, wasn't it?
I was going to say, that was the Lord's connection teamed up, and oh my goodness, that was Chesney. I'll stand him up for you. You see if you can kill him. What a hit.
Steve must have a pinched nerve or something in his shoulder.
He's hanging that arm.
Yeah, he is.
They call a timeout, the Red Tornadoes. I think they realized they were missing a player, and then Al Bailey went in at the other linebacker position. 2:35 left in the third quarter. Red Tornadoes 26, the Tigers nothing.
Yeah, Stevenson coach is definitely uncomfortable right now. I'm not sure what it is, but something's bothering him on the right arm. Now he is moving in the arm, he's picking it up, he's doing all those things. But he does have some, might be a stinger, it might be anything like that's causing it, but it looks like they're putting ice on it now. Yes.
It might be up around the collarbone.
Yeah, they're gonna ice
he might have a pinched nerve up there or whatever. But like you said, he is moving it. There's,
we may not see him again, in fact, tonight, the way it looks. He may stay out of the game.
And probably deservedly so. I mean, he's just played one heck of a game. And like you said, with the schedule coming up, why take the risk?
That puts Meyer and Bailey at the linebacker positions. Chesney and Paracella stay in on defense. Breach split far left for the Tigers on second down and 4 yards to go. Slater, quick pass over the middle, hits Bubnas. Good pass, tackle made by Chesney, and also Terry Meyer down to about the 32-yard line. First down, Tigers. Good play that time.
That's where their bread and butter is going to be. You got to drop him back quick.
Right.
He cannot hold on to the ball. He can't go back into a regular drop back situation. Now that kind of play there, I think, can move the ball a little bit. It really can.
2:17 left on the clock in the third quarter. Steffen comes in motion to the left side. It's going to be a quick pass out to Yurkevich. Incomplete. Josh Paracella was coming over to tackle him, but somebody else should have been covering him, right?
That's a linebacker.
Right.
Now, in that case there, Yurkevich catches that ball. He's down to about the 15, 10-yard line. I mean, we had enough of people coming back over once the play developed, but there was nobody within 10 yards of him. Of course, Bailey, here's Bailey and Moose out there talking about, you know, what the coverage should be on those plays.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Yurkevich goes in motion to the right. Slater rolls. Big rush,
baby.
but they missed him, and he still gets tackled by Meyer and also 71 Daukus. But what a rush from Jeff Evans, Mike Sinkovich, and someone down on the ground with a cramp right now.
I can't believe he ducked under all
Wow.
that. Slater made a nice move there. My goodness.
I think it was self-defense. I mean,
well, you wonder how he came out standing up from
you're
that
right.
thing.
I don't know. He did it.
Timeout here for Charlie Horse on one.
Pointed, but I guess with the year under him, he'll probably redshirt this year, it looks like now, and come back even stronger next year. But just wanted to say, you know, that we're thinking about him out there. It's good to see the local guys around here make good, and we expect big things from him.
51, Jeff Karpinski into the lineup at linebacker for the Red Tornadoes. Slater tries to run over Terry Meyer, never will happen, and he's tackled at the 14-yard line.
Well, there's Mike Sinkovich again, and that was a pass play.
24-yard line.
You know, that was a pass play there that Slater never had a chance to set up. As soon as he turned around, Sinkovich was right in his face. And again, he eluded Sinkovich, and how, I don't know. He had to tuck the ball in and run.
Mike Sinkovich doing some great jobs of swim moving by somebody because he just gets right in between that line.
Yeah.
Fourth down and 4. Slater. Big rush. He's hit over the head of Bubna's. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes on the 25-yard line.
We got problems. The dog broke the leash, and now he's ugly. The dog is out there, and he's turned ugly, folks.
1:04 left on the clock in the third quarter. 26-0 Red Tornadoes.
You got to know that we call him the dog, but it truly is a sign of just friendship. If you got to know him, he is such a neat kid. When you picture him and they call him the dog, you know, for some reason it just fits him in a football uniform.
Terry Meyer now in at fullback for the Red Tornadoes. Hands off to Veach, takes it outside, and he's hit at about the 25. Stays inbound, second down and about 10 yards to go.
Now, that's one of the instructions they got when they went out. Do not run out of bounds.
Right.
Do not stop the clock. Right. Let's get this thing in the win column and start for next week.
Well, you can see that on the offense too. They've gone conservative, and that's fine. You know, that's what you want when you just want to keep the clock running.
Well, you know, the other good thing is you don't have to come out with any new plays, but it gives you some good timing now against an excellent defensive team that Southern has.
Sebas fakes the Veach, tries to reverse to Paracella, and Red all the way was,
that's 25.
I guess 25 in on the tackle, which was Pete Traumeter.
Traumeter that was a solid square up, take you down.
He was ready for that one, wasn't he?
Nice hit that time by Traumeter.
Third down, 11 yards to go.
That's the end of the quarter.
The end of the third quarter, the score 26-0 Red Tornado.
Passing you directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School. Fans really stayed true to form right through.
Third down, 10 yards to go. Straight drop back. Good pass coverage this time. Hits Paracella at about the 30-yard line, incomplete. Fourth down punting situation for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, actually, the completion wouldn't have been a first down anyway where he was, so it would have been a punting situation either way.
Jeff Evans in punt formation with Sinkovich out. Terry Meyer, the long snap. Evans takes it. Good kick this time. Taken by P.J. Sargent on the 49. Missed by Meyer. Now finds some running room, and a good tackle made by 26 Lentini, Ronnie Lentini. The 26, the 28, and the 29 are just tough to see with the white shirts, aren't they?
You're right.
Have a flag down, which I believe, I'm not sure what they're calling here.
Well, we're going to see.
But our offense has gone back onto the field.
It could be roughing the punt kicker.
Yep, the offense has gone back onto the field, so Mount Carmel area is going to retain possession of the football, and we're waiting to see what the call is. And obviously we missed
No,
it, but
we
it has
missed
to be roughing the kicker.
Yeah.
The only thing it could be.
And I'll tell you
to
what,
cause
that's
the
hard to
first down.
believe because Evans had a lot of time to punt the ball. He did take his time, and he got a good kick off.
Bailey and Veach in the I formation for the Red Tornadoes. Sebas fakes the reverse, keeps the ball to the outside. Stefan there all the way, and they gain about 5 yards, but nobody took the fake on that one.
On that one.
No, everybody kind of held their ground there. You got 34 and what's 34? Who was he?
Breach.
Breach, I'm sorry, and Stefan were.
And you're back to what they said. They wanted to contain the outside.
Right.
The power eye in the first half worked and just, you know, tore things up the middle, and that's what they're doing here. They stayed with their defense plan. This was their plan all along, to just contain the outsides, and that's what they're trying to do. 10:49 left on the clock, and winding down 26-0. Tigers in the lead, or Tornadoes in the lead. Sorry, guys. Hand off to Veach off the right side.
Who's coming off that? That's
25. And again, the defensive end is playing over there. Pete Traumetter.
Yep.
And that's what we're talking about as those cornerbacks and defensive ends come crashing in.
I think you're also noticing a slight lack of intensity right now on the Big Red offensive side of the ball. We're not moving around like we were in the beginning. And again, that's the way things work here in the fourth quarter when you got yourself a big lead. But you want to be a little careful here too.
Out of the I formation. Sebas on a slant pass to Paracella, takes a big whap from Breach. Good tackle. 4th down and about 8 yards to go.
And that was a nice play.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, it was an excellent play. You got 8 yards to go.
That little
Pick
slant
up,
pass.
and a little slant pass where Paracella is coming right across. Those are very difficult to defend if you're a defensive back. Either you're coming over the back or you're hoping that the ball is missed or a bad pass.
Jeff Evans in punt formation for the Red Tornadoes. Good snap from Terry Meyer. Evans with the end-over-end kick. It's a big one. Bounces on the 30-yard line. And Breach tried to get it, but Terry Meyer pushed him out of the way.
I want you to know, I am truly happy that Breach didn't pick the ball up. That was truly one of the best decisions he's made this evening because
that would have been one of the hardest bowling balls coming in on that time.
Yes.
I mean, we said about a bowling ball, but that's what we talk when he's coming out of linebacker position. This one, you gave him a 40-yard run to get down there.
That would have been a train wreck. I'm telling you what. I mean, he was moving on all cylinders there.
Wow. First down, Tigers, 9:49 left in the ball game.
Well, sometimes the athletic thing to do is nothing.
Right.
You're
And
right.
that time, I give
He
Breach
did it.
credit. He didn't, and I was right.
Stefan goes in motion. Gall has the ball out to the left side of the field, knocked out of bounds by 25, Jonathan Veach. And Josh Paris, it was 29, Paracella. Mickey Morose, 41 into the game for the Red Tornadoes.
The weapon's in now.
Why does Warren laugh every time Mickey goes in?
I love the way he plays.
I know that.
I like it from the beginning.
I know that.
I just love the way he plays football. I mean, he is all out, knock everybody down.
Yeah.
I don't care. I like that.
Stefan in motion. Try the
Reverse coming
reverse
back this
to
way.
Gall or Yurkevich. Good tackle by Malikoski, and on the bottom of the pile, on the feet, was 58, Mike Sinkovich.
Yeah, nice play by Sinkovich and Malikoski that time. They didn't fall for the. In fact, I don't even know if they saw it. I don't know if they knew what that was. That was just the guy with the ball went down. That's not a play I'd be running right now, to tell you the truth. In the fourth, I would not be trying to run in the middle of the line in the fourth quarter. If you're going to try to get back into this game, start winging the ball up and see what happens.
Third down, 5 yards to go for the Tigers. 9 minutes left in the ball game. Slater, straight back.
Oh,
Intercepted
beautiful.
by Paracella at about the 46-yard line.
Josh, I'll tell you what, you might have dropped that last pass on offense. He put his hand up and stopped the ball from going over his head, and he caught it.
What?
Wonderful play.
Again.
Tell you what, saw some great interceptions.
Oh.
Thumbs were up on that play,
All I
weren't
saw
they?
were thumbs, that's all. When you see thumbs flash, it's over. I mean, that's how you can tell.
8:39 and counting. Mike Sinkovich out, so that means Matt Booker will be in at right guard for the Red Tornadoes.
Oh, yeah, we had Matt at Supper Club
Right.
last night, and Coach Williams spoke very highly of Matt Booker, really did. Thought he had a great future ahead of him here in Mount Carmel area.
We're just going to go on a fly pattern down there. Breach.
Intercept.
And intercepts it at the 9-yard line.
That's number 34 on the Southern Columbia Tigers doing the interception. Breach, Ryan Breach.
A wet ball will do that to you, too. That
Right.
was a little slipped out of Sebas' hand, because usually that pass he can put into the corner of the end zone.
But now you have him pinned down on the 9-yard line.
The only damage it does is for Sebas, because now he gets an interception on his
Right.
on his thing. That's the only damage done on that one.
No damage done. As good as a punt, right?
Yep.
Even though it was first down.
Well, I was going to say, it's not as good as a punt on first down. But
Stefan goes in motion. Pitch back to Gall. Tackled on about the 14-yard line by 28, Al Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey played. Bailey and you had Malachowski stretching the whole thing around there, but Bailey made a nice play.
And then the other thing is you look at Mike there, Mike Sinkovich and Terry Myers, both of them block the hole up that the runner does not have the ability to pick up a full head of steam trying to get through the hole.
Right.
He's got a stutter step.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Stefan off the left side. I think Terry Meyer initially caught his feet, but then he stumbled ahead for probably about 4 yards. Third down, 3 yards to go. 7:35 and counting in this one at Tigers Stadium. What a nice night for football here.
Yeah, it's a great facility. You know, the weather, 2 times when here of an absolutely perfect football weather, big crowds. It's all you could ever want in football. High school football, I mean, this is what it's all about.
Yurkevich in motion. Going to come to this side with Yurkevich. Steps it back to the middle of the field. A couple missed tackles, and he'll get a first down at the 23-yard line. Good cutback by Yurkevich.
At the 7-minute mark now of the fourth quarter, and I think you're going to start to see Coach Williams do his usual cleaning of the bench up and getting everybody dirty before he goes home.
You know, both offense and defense, you know, some of our guys go both ways, and they do need a rest, deservedly so. And like we said, we have a big schedule coming up, so you don't want the chance of someone getting injured. The other thing it does, it gives the Mickey Moroses and the rest of them there some experience against a quality team.
Right. Illegal procedure called against the Tigers. 6:41 left in the ball game. 26-0 Red Tornadoes. First down, 15 yards to go. Slater on the straight drop back. Screen pass to Gall, cuts it back to the middle of the field. Terry Meyer gets by him, and now Jake Shellhammer has to run him down, and he does at the 38-yard line. First down, Tigers.
Nice play that time, and again, you got everybody kamikaze-ing at the quarterback. That's a great play to run. Nice call by the coaching staff over at Southern Columbia. And Gall, we didn't get a chance to see Gall as much, I guess, as normally you would in their offense, but when he does get the ball and you give him a little bit of room, he is one heck of a football player. He can run. Now, what he doesn't have, I guess, is the blinding speed, the breakaway speed, but he is a hard-nosed, tough to bring down kind of runner.
First down and 10, Tigers on the 40-yard line. Slater, quick drop. Oh, hit by Cuff. Still gets the pass away to Yurkevich down the sideline and knocked out of bounds by Shellhammer, and also over there helping him out was Paracella. First down, Tigers at the 35.
They're fooling the linebackers again that time. That was, again, a linebacker should have been in coverage back there with him. And again, the wing T, when you're moving around so much, the linebacker's checking everybody. That's his first thing. Watch who's going where, who's got the ball. But he let Nurkiewicz get all the way past him on the sideline. He was pretty much completely open when the pass went down.
We got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against the Red Tornadoes also. I think they called it a late hit on Nick.
No,
was it?
It was a good hit.
But is that what they called?
Yeah, it was some things that went on afterwards.
Okay.
That hurts. Southern now probably their best scoring opportunity here in the football game. Late in the fourth quarter, there's 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the football game, and Southern will set up on the 20-yard line, guys, for their best threat so far tonight.
Well, Terry Meyer and Al Bailey in at linebacker right now with Steve Zinkovich out on the sideline.
And he will not be back in. He's not put his pads on. He's dressed in a red sweatshirt, I think there. That's why you can't see him, but he's not going to re-enter the game today.
Steffen goes in motion. Slater inside to Jurkevich. Big hit.
Who's coming off of there? That's
Malikoski.
The big M. Oh my goodness.
That's all that was there. He was the only one there. Everybody else had to follow somebody.
But I'll tell you what, that's as sure a tackle as you're going to have, boy. There was no threat of him going anywhere. You don't say Malikoski's name, and it's funny. Every year this happens. But there's a guy that's double teamed constantly, triple teamed sometimes. The back's coming out trying to take a piece of him, and yet he never budges. I mean, he's never caught out of position. He's clogging the entire lineup all the time.
Jurkevich in motion. Pitch back to Gall. Tries to take it outside, then cut it back, and gets down to about the 14-yard line. They've been able to do that. They've been able to make that cut. Early in the game, Southern was trying to take it outside,
too
Wayne.
far.
And here they cut it back in.
Yeah, they're trying to take it out too far, and we're stringing it out very well. This time they cut it up through behind their blockers, and they're picking up some yardage.
The key, though, is with Gall, you got to hit him lower than you are.
Right.
He's a big kid. You're not going to take him down at the shoulder pads. He just doesn't go down that way.
3rd down, 3. Gall to the left side. Finds some room out there, but he can't make the corner. Cuff makes the tackle. And that's a good example of what we said, Wayne. When he tries to go all the way outside, he gets run down.
Well, again, you're looking, we said this before at the beginning of the game, you're looking at some speed there, even with our linemen. Our linemen are fast and quick, and it's a credit to them to be catching up to a halfback, cutting around to the outside.
Timeout called by Southern. 3:48 left in the ball game. 26-0 Red Tornadoes. Everybody will remember that next week you'll be watching us against Shamokin. Right. The coal bucket game coming up here for the Red Tornadoes.
An absolutely interesting set of games coming up for Mount Carmel area, of course.
They have a long stretch here.
Shamokin, Allentown Central Catholic. You got Marion throwing more Schuylkill in there. I mean, this is just a murderous group of games coming up in the middle of the schedule for Mount Carmel. So, I mean, they're going to get to celebrate this win tonight on the bus home and at night when they go home to their parents. But come tomorrow morning, Shamokin area Indians loom big. And the only good thing about the Shamokin area Indians is they're coming up to us.
Right.
Because it's truly an ugly moment when you got to go down to Shamokin area and play them on the home field. They got a great home field advantage down there.
Steffen goes in motion. They're going to go hard to the left side. Big play made by 26 Lantini initially to get in on the rush. They stopped the Tigers on 4th down. And what more can you say about the Red Tornado defense tonight, guys?
Yeah, you got to give Lantini a lot of credit. He read the play that time. And when he bounced inside like that, he ran him right into Cuff's arms, and that's the end of it.
Now, again, you have to give Coach Conley credit here. He goes out there, and he had to have, for Lantini to get through like he did,
a blitz.
Blitzing,
right.
He had to have a stunt on with his lineman, looping to the outside to create the hole for Lantini to get through.
1st down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Split backfield with Bailey and Veach at 3:43. Veach on the quick pitch. Finds some running room. 1st down at the 29-yard line.
I'll tell you what, I would love to see what his totals are and announce it to everybody. But by that time, you would already know what it is. But, Jonathan is just having an outstanding game.
Well, it's his best game of his career so far here at Mount Carmel area. Put it that way. He's having the best game of his career right now. And running just so hard. I mean, just such intensity when he runs. And when he's getting hit, the first and second hits aren't even affecting him. He's just stretching it out, and he's banging away and picking 2-3 extra yards up. So another whale of a game by him, but truly his best effort, I think.
Pitch back to Bailey to the other side, and he'll lose about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, that time, 13 on the Southern Columbia side of the ball made a nice play that time. He was in there, and I'm looking at his Caskey, Matt Caskey.
Yeah.
He made a nice play that time, and then the big guy, 77 Miser. I'll tell you what, now, you know, we've said Miser's name a bunch of times here tonight, too, and I think he's had a good football game in the middle of the line there. He's stood up and been recognized.
Second down, 12 yards. Well, it's 11 yards to go. They have 12 on the scoreboard. 2:34 and counting in this one. 26-0 Red Tornadoes. Slater, Nick Sebas takes the ball to the 29-yard line.
Okay, you checked off every Nick you had. You got
well, that was my checkoff.
You got the Sebas at the end there.
That's right.
You're
that
right.
Was my checkoff.
Playing with a lot of Nicks this year. We're not used to so many Nicks.
All right, third down, 9 yards to go. 2 minutes left in this one. Red Tornadoes just taking their time, and they're just running time off the clock right now, Wayne. Pitch back to Veach. Takes it outside. And tried to stay in bounds, but they kept them in bounds at about the 31-yard line. Fourth down, 1:40 on the clock and running down.
And again, you know, you're right. We have nothing to lose. You know, we don't need any big plays, nothing.
And we didn't try any big, in the second half, didn't try any real big stuff. You know,
it was good, hard-nosed football, you know, just straight-ahead blocking and some dives, you know. And I'll tell you, really done an outstanding job tonight.
Punt formation, number 54, Jeff Evans. Snap back from Meyer, kicks away. Going to go out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
That was fielded by number 20. As he was standing on the
Brett
sideline.
Myers.
We'll give him credit on that one. He fielded one out of bounds.
.106 left on the clock and winding down. Should I check off a Slater on this one? Slater back to pass. Looks over the middle, hits Breach. Nice catch made by Breach. Sliding on the ground, and nothing more Chesney could do but was to tackle him there. First down, Tigers at the 40-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way Nick Chesney's playing, that ball had to be in the grass for him not to intercept it tonight.
52 seconds, first down and 10, Southern in Red Tornado territory on the 39-yard line. Slater with the quick pass, but Cuff up that time and knocked it down.
Yeah, Cuff got the big wings up that time, and that was the end of that.
Second down, 10, 42 seconds left on the clock. Big blitz, screen pass to Gall. Oh, good open field. Nick Chesney down at his ankles, and you said you have to get him low, Warren.
That's the way to do it, though. I'm telling you, this kid he's a horse trying to bring him down. Chesney did a great job. That way you don't have to put up with Gall running into you.
Right.
You know, you don't take the whack off of him, and you still bring him down. And that's exactly the way a guy should tackle somebody.
Timeout called by the Tigers. 34 seconds left in this ball game.
Certainly Chesney has had an outstanding football game tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Really
Defensively, he has.
Goodness.
offensively, the Red Tornadoes in that first half with that power football, just what they ran out of it, what was amazing. Coach Williams did such an excellent job of setting up the power and then running other stuff out of it.
Absolutely.
And then plus, when he had to, power it right in.
You know what else, though, I think?
What?
I think, you know, we brought Nick to Supper Club last night, too, I think. That might have helped. It was his first trip to
You
it.
think that was it?
Yeah, it's got to be. What else could it be? Remember, folks, Supper Club every Thursday night,
That's
6:30.
right. We didn't talk about that much tonight.
Back room of Matucci's. You don't have to join anything. I mean, just come for that night if you want. But truly, we're having some great crowds. We had Gordon Blaine with us last night, the editor of the Sports Fever magazine. Came up from the Lebanon area, came to visit us, had dinner with us. Truly an outstanding evening for everybody involved.
Slater had Stefan in motion, fakes to Yurkevich, looks at breach in the corner of the end zone. Paracella's there, intercepted. Josh Paracella. Give the Red Tornado defensive backs credit tonight. They have major interceptions.
Another one.
He played that perfect.
Yes,
He
he
truly did. He broke on the ball quicker than the receiver did, is what happened. And that was it. But great play that time by Paracella.
Now the great part about that is that, you know, with that interception, and you are right, he broke for the ball. You have to remember that, you know, he's our receiver on offense. And it goes to show that him playing both ways for us is a great asset.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, when you can shut out the potent Southern Columbia Tiger offense,
Yeah, you've got
I mean, they are 400-yard plus game
Right.
offense. That's an amazing defensive performance. Sebas will take a knee here. 25 seconds and running down. That'll be the last play of the game. The Red Tornadoes are going to come away with the rubber match. They win it 26-0, and both teams now meet on the center of the field. Coach Roth and Coach Williams come out there. I guess we'll have to wrap it from here, guys, because